Hello everyone. Welcome back to Peak English. This is our listening channel. I am very happy to see you here today. How is your day going? I hope you're having a great day. Today we have a very important topic. Do you want to speak English fast? Do you want to speak naturally? Or do you always translate words in your head? Translating in your head is a big problem. It is mentally draining. It makes you feel very tired. It also slows down your conversation. When someone asks you a question, you pause. There is an awkward pause. But do not worry. Here is the good news for everyone listening. It does not have to be that way. Today, we will fix this problem together. We will learn how to train your brain. You will learn to think directly in English. You will learn to stop translating. If you watch this video to the end, you will get great value. You will learn practical strategies to speak naturally. Now, let's look at our friends today. They are in the living room. One friend is having a really hard time. He is trying to practice his English, but he is very slow and frustrated. His good friend is going to help him out. Please relax and get comfortable. The conversation will be very slow. It will be very clear and easy to understand. Are you ready for your listening challenge? Listen carefully. Here is the question. What is the 70% rule? Try to find the answer in the story. Keep that question in your mind. Let's begin our story now.
I want to... No, that is not right. I need a... this is too hard. Why is English so difficult?
Hello? Are you okay?
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. No, I am not okay.
What is wrong? Why are you talking to yourself?
I am trying to practice my English.
That is a very good thing.
But I am so slow. I am incredibly slow.
Why do you think you are slow?
Because I always pause. Someone asks me a simple question, and I just freeze. There is a long, awkward pause. I feel very stupid.
Ah, I see the problem. Are you translating everything in your head?
Yes! How did you know? I translate every single word by word.
That is double work for your brain. No wonder you feel so tired.
It is not just double work. It is 4 steps.
4 steps? What do you mean?
Let me explain. Step 1. I hear the English words. Step 2. I translate them into my native language. Step 3. I think of my answer in my native language. Step 4. I translate that answer back into English.
Oh my goodness, that is completely exhausting. Your brain is working too hard.
Yes, it drains all my energy. Conversations feel very challenging.
It does not have to be 4 steps. It should only be 2 steps.
Only 2 steps? How?
Step 1. Understand the English. Step 2. Respond in English.
But I can't do that. Translating is a strong habit for me. My brain automatically goes to the translation path, especially when I am nervous.
We need to break that habit. We must create a new pathway in your brain.
A new pathway? What does a pathway mean?
Think of it like this. Imagine your brain is a big forest.
Okay. I am imagining a big forest.
You want to walk from point A to point B. At first, there is no clear path. There are bushes and branches everywhere.
Yes, I have to push through the bushes.
It is very slow and very difficult.
Just like learning English right now. Everything feels very hard.
Exactly. But what happens if you walk the same route every day?
The grass gets worn down. I create a clear path through the forest.
Yes, the path becomes obvious. Soon you can walk it easily. You can walk without even thinking about it.
Oh, I understand now. I want that clear path for my English.
That is what happens in your brain with language. The more you think directly in English, the stronger that pathway becomes, until eventually it becomes automatic.
That sounds amazing. But how do I start? I need practical strategies.
Do not worry. I will teach you the best strategies today.
Okay, I am ready. What is the first strategy?
The first strategy is called mental substitution.
Mental substitution? What does that mean?
It means changing your thoughts. You already know many English words, but they are like books on a shelf. You never take them down to read.
That is true. My English words are not active.
We must activate them. During your day, catch your thoughts. When you think in your native language, stop. Ask yourself, how do I say this in English?
Can you give me an example?
Yes. This morning I made coffee. I thought, I need more sugar.
That is a very simple thought.
Yes, I said it in English in my head, but then I pushed myself further. How else can I say this?
Let me try. This coffee isn't sweet enough.
Excellent. Or you can say, I want to add more sugar.
Oh, I understand. I am exploring different ways to say the same idea.
Exactly. This makes your brain very flexible.
I love this. What is the next strategy?
The next strategy is your inner monologue.
What is an inner monologue?
It just means talking to yourself in your head.
I do that sometimes when I walk alone.
Do you do it in English?
No, I use my native language.
Try doing it in English.
But I don't know enough English yet. That feels overwhelming.
You can start slow. Use 2 languages. Think a sentence in your language. Then repeat that sentence in English.
So I am still translating it first.
Yes, but this is a safe space. No one is judging your grammar. Over time, the English will come first.
Really? Without translating?
Yes, the brain is very smart. The direct English path is much faster.
I will definitely try it.
But remember, do not be boring.
What do you mean by boring?
Do not just think, I am sitting, I am standing.
That is very boring.
Have real opinions. Have real reactions. Imagine you see someone wearing a nice jacket. Think, wow, that jacket is really stylish. I wonder where they bought it.
That is a real conversation in my head.
Exactly. And here's a secret. Use your emotions.
Emotions? Like happy or sad?
Yes. Emotions create very strong neural connections. When you're frustrated, express it in English. Think, this is so annoying.
Oh, connect feelings with English words.
Yes, when you are happy, think in English too. Think, this is wonderful.
I see. It makes English feel real.
Now, let's talk about input quality.
Input quality? You mean reading and listening?
Yes. Many learners make 2 big mistakes here. Mistake number 1. They choose content that is too easy.
Yes, because easy content is comfortable.
Right. But your brain does not grow. Mistake number 2. They choose content that is too hard, like advanced news programs.
That makes me feel overwhelmed and discouraged.
You need the 70% rule.
The 70% rule. Tell me about it.
You must understand at least 70% of the words naturally. If you do not understand more than 30%, it is too difficult. Put it aside.
I see. I should be able to read smoothly.
Exactly. Do not stop to look up every word.
So, what kind of things should I read?
Read graded readers. They are books for your level. Or read about your personal hobbies.
I love sports. I can read sports news.
Yes. When you are interested, your brain works harder. Also, you should use spaced re-exposure.
Spaced re-exposure? What does that mean?
It means listening to the same thing again, but do not do it immediately. Listen to a podcast episode today, then listen to it again 3 days later.
3 days later? Why?
Because your brain is in a different state. The second time, you will understand much more.
That feeling of improvement is very motivating.
Okay, let's move on to the final part.
What is it?
Output. This means speaking and writing.
Oh no. This is what scares me the most. I am terrified to actually speak. I am afraid of making mistakes.
Those are very normal fears, but you cannot learn to speak without speaking. It is like swimming. You cannot learn by just watching videos.
That is very true. I have to get in the water. But I have no English friends to practice with.
That is okay. You can practice alone.
Practice speaking alone? How?
Try a technique called shadowing.
Shadowing?
Yes. Listen to a native speaker on a video. Pause the video and repeat exactly what they say. Try to copy their rhythm and pronunciation.
So I am mimicking them, like an echo.
Exactly. It trains your mouth muscles. Another powerful technique is recording yourself.
Oh, I don't like the sound of my own voice.
Most people don't. But when you record, you become your own teacher. Speak about a topic for 2 minutes and record it. Listen back. Find just 3 things to improve.
Just 3 things?
Yes. Do not try to fix everything at once. Record again and focus on fixing those 3 things.
That sounds incredibly helpful. What is one more thing I can do alone?
Use a self-talk narrative.
Narrative? Like a documentary?
Yes. Be the narrator of your own life. Talk out loud when you're doing chores. Say, I am making a sandwich. I have some cheese.
That feels a bit silly.
It might feel silly at first, but it builds your spontaneous speaking muscle. You practice speaking without overthinking.
But Amelia, I have another problem.
What is the problem, Alex?
Sometimes my brain completely freezes. I have a mental block. I cannot think of any English words.
That is very common. It happens to everyone. Even advanced speakers have mental blocks.
Why does it happen?
It happens because of anxiety. Your brain goes into stress mode. When you are stressed, you forget words.
So, what should I do?
First, recognize that it is normal. Do not panic. Second, use filler phrases.
Filler phrases? What are they?
They are short sentences to buy you time. Say, let me think about that for a moment. Or say, that is an interesting question. Or, how should I put this?
Oh, I am buying time to think.
Exactly. And you are doing it in English. This keeps the conversation flowing.
Native speakers do this all the time, right?
Yes, all the time. It is completely natural.
What else can help with mental blocks?
Another technique is to simplify.
Simplify? Make things simple?
Yes, sometimes we try to say very complex things. We cannot find the perfect big words. So break it down. Use simple ideas and basic words.
Instead of a long, difficult sentence, I use short, easy sentences.
Exactly. Communication is the goal. You do not need perfect, complex grammar.
That takes off a lot of pressure. Amelia, how long does all of this take? When will I see results?
That is the big question. It depends on your practice. If you practice 15 to 30 minutes every day, you will notice small changes in 2 or 3 weeks.
Really? What kind of changes?
English words will pop into your head naturally. You will have short thoughts without translating.
Small wins. I love that.
Yes, and after 6 months of practice, English will feel much more automatic. But I must warn you about plateaus.
Plateaus? What is a plateau?
It is a period where you feel stuck. You practice, but you do not feel any improvement.
Oh, I hate that feeling.
Do not be frustrated. Your brain is still working during a plateau. It is organizing information. It is making deep connections.
So I am improving, even if I don't feel it?
Exactly. Suddenly, you will have a breakthrough moment. Everything will click.
I must trust the process.
Yes, trust the process. Finally, have patience and self-compassion. Learning a new language is very hard. It uses memory, muscles, and patterns. So be kind to yourself. Do not compare yourself to native speakers. Celebrate every small victory.
Wow, Amelia, thank you so much. These are amazing strategies. I feel much better now.
I am so glad to hear that, Alex.
I want to try one right now.
Which one do you want to try?
The self-talk narrative.
Go ahead. Narrate what you're doing.
Okay. I am standing in my living room. I am talking to my good friend Amelia. We are drinking tea. I am feeling very happy today.
Listen to you. You are speaking so smoothly.
Oh my goodness. You are right. I didn't pause. I didn't translate anything in my head.
I am so proud of you, Alex. Your new neural pathway is already growing.
Thank you for all your help, Amelia. I will practice mental substitution today. I will read using the 70% rule, and I will not be afraid of mistakes.
Keep practicing every single day. Consistency is the key.
I am ready to train my brain.
Welcome back, everyone. Did you enjoy our story today? Alex did a fantastic job at the end, didn't he? He used the self-talk narrative perfectly. Amelia shared so many wonderful secrets. Which strategy do you like the most? Will you try the inner monologue, or will you record yourself speaking? Now it is time for our listening challenge. I asked you a question at the beginning of the video. Do you remember the question? What is the 70% rule? Think about Amelia's advice. Do you have the answer in your mind? Please write your answer in the comments below. Try to write your comment in English. Do not worry about having perfect grammar. Making mistakes is how we learn. Writing even one simple sentence is a huge victory. We love reading all of your comments. If you found this video helpful today, please give this video a like. And please subscribe to Peak English. Subscribing helps us create more videos for you. Also, share this video with your friends. If they are learning English, they will love this. Remember, everyone, learning English is a journey. It is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your small wins every day. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you so much for listening to Peak English. Keep training your brain. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.